We are continuing to follow breaking news this morning of a train derailment in Gibson County. Law enforcement officials have just arrived on scene this morning to give us some of the latest information. Let's go ahead and take a listen in.
Derailed. 5 of those included propane tanks. We still have 2 active fires going on at this time. 2 of the refrigerated units on this train included units that were full of French fries, and this is what is causing the smoke in here. So when you see the smoke, that's where that's coming from. All of the emergency workers are working with Duke Energy right now. Duke Energy is going to de-energize some of the power lines in the area. Now, we've been told this is not going to affect businesses and the local residents in the area. So for a definition of what de-energize is, you're going to have to talk to Duke Energy about that. But we've been told again that that's not going to affect local businesses or local residents in the area. The smoke is traveling south as far as we know at this time. CSX will be attempting to move cars from the north first to get to the 2 cars that are on fire, which is primary of primary importance right now, the ones that are causing the smoke. Once the 2 cars that are causing the smoke have been handled, CSX will be dealing with the cars that are still on fire. CSX would like for me to emphasize that they have opened an information center at the Gibson County Fairgrounds. Toyota events from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock tonight. And that address is located at 709 North Embry Street. Embry is E-M-B-R-E-E Street. American Red Cross will be there as well. State Police has requested and have been granted a no-fly zone around the area of the crash. We just want to keep that clear so we can have our emergency responders who come in the air to be able to access that area without any interference from anything else. Over the next 12 hours, you're going to see cars being moved from the train. Again, Duke Energy will begin to power down those lines that are in the way or could cause a distraction for us. State Fire Marshal's office and CSX they continue to monitor the air quality, so they're going to be keeping up on everything that is about the air and making sure that that air is breathable and that we're okay in that sense. Again. I will be updating you throughout the day on my social media pages. At ISP Bloomington is my Twitter page. You can find me on Facebook, Kurt Durnall, Indiana State Police. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I'm sure, obviously, you mentioned some of the timeline of when this cleanup is going to start, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's the idea of how long this is going to take?
Yeah, it might take all day today. We might go into tomorrow. We can't really say how long we're going to be here, but you know the primary objective now is to make sure that we continue with our streak of no one getting hurt. There's been no loss of life. There's been no injuries to this point, and we're planning on keeping it that way to see however long it takes. That's what we're going to do.
And you had mentioned that French fries were causing a lot of the smoke.
That's right.
Has anything else leaked or burned into the air?
Not that we're aware of. From what I understand, it's the French fries that are causing the problem right now. So as humorous as that might be, it's still the one causing the smoke, and the smoke is moving southward.
As far as people, you know, a lot of people were evacuated last night. Some were lucky enough to stay with family and friends in the Princeton area. Some were given that opportunity to stay at the fairgrounds, the Toyota building, I believe. What's the timeline for them to be able to return home? Hopefully just today?
Yes, just as soon as possible. You know, we don't want to ever send somebody back into a situation where we feel like they could get hurt or there's a chance of them getting hurt. I've been told there will be extra patrols in the area for those areas that have been displaced or evacuated. We sure don't want anybody going in and messing with any of their stuff just because we've had to move them out. So we will have extra patrols in that area and get them back to their houses as soon as we can.
Talk about the impact of traffic here on 41 and other roadways.
Yeah, it takes a lot of emergency personnel with the roadblock signs. NDOT has been heavily involved with us. They've been helping us to reroute, detour folks around the area. But again, that takes a lot of units and a lot of personnel to get that done because there's just a lot of ways to access this area. You know, 41 is a major north-south that's detoured. So we need to make sure that nobody is using those areas, and it takes a lot of people to do that.
And if this does go into tomorrow, then there could be detours till tomorrow.
It could be. It could be. We're hopeful that that won't be the case. But again, we're going to keep people away from the scene as long as it takes to keep them safe.
Do you know roughly how many people were evacuated?
I've been told anywhere from 70 to 80 houses. Only four, of those people, of those houses, only 4 of those houses were told that they had to get out. So basically that area was advised, hey, this is what's going on. Actually, 4 of those houses were evacuated. Is that right, Robbie?
4 families actually went in for service transfer.
Okay, 4 families went to...
60 to 70 homes were actually affected.
Okay, did you guys get that?
Can you say it again?
60 to 70 homes were affected. 4 families were given services and moved to a hotel.
What about first responders? How many first responders have come in to help? Any idea?
A lot. A lot. Gibson County Emergency Management has been called in, and the county sheriff. In fact, I think if you just give me a second here, I think Robbie put that on. I know Indiana State Police, Indiana Department of Emergency Management, NDOT, Gibson County Sheriff's Department, Princeton Police, all the local fire stations in the area have all been called in to help. So lots of emergency personnel dedicated to this incident, along with CSX doing what they're doing as well. So.
And overnight we were hearing, obviously, there were, those hazmat crews called in from separate areas across the country to help clean up.
Yeah.
I know you may have touched on this a little bit, but what is that cleanup like? I mean, as far as stuff getting into the ground and the groundwater.
And you're talking about stuff that may take longer, than a couple days to do. That stuff that you probably want to go through their department on to see what their schedule is for that. But that stuff might take weeks and even months to make sure that that's all safe.
I do have some people asking on this Facebook Live. They want to help donate water and stuff like that. You may or may not be the person to answer this, but just wanted to ask.
If there's a representative from Gibson County Emergency Management here, if not, I would refer that to them. That's something that they would probably welcome that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
What about businesses, other businesses impacted in terms of...
From what I understand, businesses have not been impacted. Now, Toyota has some schedule differences that they are working with right now as far as which, from what I understand, Toyota goes by color groups, and from those groups, they've been told where they need to go, if they need to come to work, if they don't need to come to work. Other than that, I've been told no businesses have been affected. You good?
The derailment, exactly how it happened, obviously still under investigation.
Absolutely, and that might take a while to figure out exactly what happened and why. I know CSX will be on that investigation with Indiana State Police, so we'll get that figured out and we'll get that cause to you as soon as we can. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And just to recap on what you just saw there, that was an update on the train derailment that happened in Gibson County last night, given to us by an ISB trooper. Again, they say 2 active train cars are still on fire, and the reason for all that smoke is coming from French fries. A number of those cars were holding French fries, creating all that smoke. Duke Energy says they will be de-energizing that area, and it shouldn't affect businesses in homes, but they're going to be taking that energy down to kind of help put that fire out. We're told that 60 to 70 homes have been affected from this train derailment, and the CSX is going to be coming in to kind of be moving those cars off the track over the next 12 hours or so. We also have a full list of the detours in that area. A lot of 41 has been shut down to get to this fire, and here's a list on your screen of some of the detours from that Gibson County train derailment. You can see Highway 41 North. A lot of it's been shut down. You can take State Route 68 East to I-69 North to State Route 64 West back to 41 North. And then for those traveling on Highway 41 South, you can take State Route 64 East to I-69 South to State Route 68 West and then back to 41. And we are just hearing that Toyota is allowing deliveries into the plant this morning. So that's just an update on that train derailment situation in Gibson County. This is a story that we're going to be following all day long, so be sure to stick with Eyewitness News.